Our guest today is Andrew W.K., musician, producer, motivational speaker, advice column for the New York's Village Voice. He's the former host of Cartoon Network's Destroy, Build, Destroy, a self-professed party god. He published his first book, The Party Bible, in 2013. He also hosts the weekly radio show America WK on the Blaze Radio Network. And he's currently on a solo tour throughout the United States and Canada. Welcome to Collectors Cafe.
Oh, thank you, Larry.
So you're all about partying.
Yes, sir.
Briefly explain what that means.
Well, I think most folks, fortunately, are familiar with the term, without any disrespect intended to you. It's fun, it's revelry, it's connecting to a deeper sort of joy, and trying to retain in your mind an all-pervasive positive mindset that interprets even the hardest times in life as something valuable.
Do you party every day?
That's all I can do.
You just party?
That's all I do. I have no other interests.
So even when you have a bad day, that's a bad party?
No, that's a good party as well, as long as you're able to interpret it with the party mindset, which even I'm getting puzzled by. So.
I'm getting a little confused too, but that's a collecting item in itself.
Hey, collecting confusion.
You can collect parties.
That's true.
Your party uniform always consists of wearing a white t-shirt and jeans. How many do you own?
Well, at this point, I probably have about 100 pairs of jeans throughout different years, but they're Levi's 501, so they're very consistent. The t-shirts, they mangle, they rot, they literally disintegrate, so those are harder to hold on to. Shoes, those last a long time. I have a lot of pairs of white athletic shoes.
Why white?
It shows up better on stage. You know, look where we are here, everything's nice and bright, but in most stages, they're quite dark, most rock concerts, so I can reflect the light better. I'm all colors.
A lot of music artists, though, wear black.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Who's at the top of your music collection?
Oh, probably Bach. Yeah, being a keyboard player, that's about as good as it gets for me.
Bach invented jazz, didn't he?
He invented a lot of things in terms of melody, but yeah, that purity of musical spirit, I really like Bach.
What's
Bach.
your dream collectible from any person or any time period?
Well, the one thing I did collect as a younger gentleman, when I was about 12, 13 years old, I collected 1939 World's Fair memorabilia.
From Chicago?
No, from New York, from Queens.
New York
Yes.
World's Fair. That's
Yes.
right. Then they did it again in '64.
They did it as well when they built the Globe. So I like
Right.
that Trilon and Perisphere, that round ball and that really tall pyramid kind of shape, and was fascinated by that. It was the year my dad was born, 1939. And, you know, sometimes even as a very young person, you get interested in these times that you had no relationship with. They almost seemed futuristic even in the past.
You almost collecting.
I like the idea of collecting more than even collecting itself. That's true.
You're a motivational speaker and a columnist. Who are the top authors in your book of collections?
There's a great writer named Thomas Ligotti, who is considered a horror writer, but
Yeah, I've heard of him.
he goes quite broad. He was a big influence on the first season of True Detective. So if anyone liked that show, they would really like his writing.
The first season. The second season has been a bomb.
The second season, he didn't have as much impact over, I don't think.
What's your solo tour all about?
Solo tour is me and my keyboard. I play with a rock and roll band a lot of times, but I've also stayed very true to my roots as a keyboard player and still perform like that.
You're a great man.
You're the greatest man to say that.
Thanks to my guest, Andrew W.K. You can purchase tickets for his tour on his website, andrewwk.com. And see you next time on Collectors Cafe.
Visit collectorscafe.com.